Okay, I'm coming at you with sort of a wide angle lens today. Let me raise this up just right here so if you could. And the reason is I want to let you see the wall I'm working on behind me. I've got like four. This is our big screen TV, and the wall I'm working on behind me here, and putting some windows actually going in through to the kitchen, putting drywall on it. Behind me wrote "I love you" right there, and I put next to it "me too." You know, because men don't like to say that "love you" word, but I do though. Well, I like to say it. Most men don't. Anyway, it's a joke. I know I shouldn't joke in that area. Okay, and that's why I'm saying you're talking about this, because I want to talk about being a nice guy. Nice guys finish last, all that sort of thing. Jesus in the Bible, he didn't look much like a nice guy. You know, he sometimes, listen, you just got to look at people and tell them truth. You know, and yeah, they will not like you for it. And you never know that by looking at a lot of the preachers that we have on TV and some of the major ministries we have. You would never know. But God has a negative point, you know, a negative side. And I want to talk about that. I don't think I've talked about that before. I'll have to go look. But we're supposed to be that. And when an energy goes through that negative part of you, it needs to be dealt with. Today, my niece's husband, who is my nephew by marriage, he was here, and he's not that much younger than we are. I was getting ready to go to work, and I had to ask him to leave because nobody here was just my wife, you know. And he thought I was kidding. He laughed, and I said it again. He laughed again. And his son that was with him, he didn't know what to do, you know. 10 years old. And so I said, look, I'm not laughing. I says, come on, I'm going to be late for work. I said, I have a good rule that's kept a lot of good friends. Now, truthfully, I'm not sure that's kept a lot of good friends, but has kept some friends because I keep the rule. And Jesus was like that. He looked at the scribes and the Pharisees, and he said, you scribes, he says, you hypocrites and vipers. You know, there was a place and a time where he just did not look like a nice guy. And truthfully, I felt kind of bad, but I'm not going to apologize, just like Christ never apologized. And I'm not boasting about this, but I'm saying that sometimes those kind of things need to be done. A judge sits on a bench, and he judges people, and he sends folks to jail every day. And I tell you, there's some days where he goes home, he don't feel like a nice guy, you know. And some days he's just saying, look, all the evidence was there, but there's something about me said that this was not right. This guy is innocent. I just feel it way down to my wishbone. Or there is no evidence, and this guy is guilty. I just know it. I look at his face, and he just looks like he's guilty, you know. After judging 20 years on a bench, you just sort of come to know those things. If he wasn't guilty of that, he's probably guilty of something else, you know. So there's times in our life where we have to do those things, where it's not convenient but necessary. And I thought about this today with this lady that she works in safety, and I'm always on to these people about safety, man, because they won't listen to nothing I say. And I tell them, I said, look, I said, that stuff ain't going to work. You just hanging up a sign is not going to keep people safe, you know. They get mad at me, of course. try to make fun of me and stuff like that. But the lady says to me today, says, I won't tell nobody you're a nice guy. And I says, well, you better not. You know, because, well, you know, to some people you're not. But truthfully, man, saying things like that is being the nicest person you could possibly be, because see, you're preserving the future. Without that, you have no future. And that's what Christ did, preserving the future. And if you have a right heart, you have a heart to do those kind of things, even when they're not convenient. Okay? Alright, God bless. Thank you for joining me. And don't forget to be a nice guy. And we'll see you again next time with another great subject right here across in the Middle Ministry.